Welcome to Stoic Psyche Wisdom. In today's video, we explore a truth so powerful, so quietly transformative, that if you recognize it within yourself, you must keep going. Title: If you notice these signs, keep going, you are on the right path. Stoicism. There comes a point in every man's journey when the burden of life grows heavy. The road ahead appears clouded, and the voices in our head begin to whisper with doubt. The struggle feels relentless. There is a temptation to yield to surrender. But in that very darkness, something quietly stirs. Something few recognize: the subtle, sacred signals of inner growth. These signs are not loud, they are not glamorous, but they are unmistakable. And if you are seeing them, hearing them, or feeling them, you are not lost. You are not broken. You are evolving. Today we reveal those powerful markers. These are not merely observations. They are the evidence that your spirit is aligned with truth, strength, and purpose. The Stoics left us breadcrumbs. It's time to follow them. 1. You find calm within chaos when everything around you is noise. Something inside you stays still. That is no accident. That is power. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This calm is not the result of your circumstances becoming easier. It is the proof that your mind is no longer their slave. In a world addicted to reaction, you've begun choosing response. You recognize the storm, but do not become it. You feel the chaos, but you do not let it shake your core. That's not weakness. It is mastery. It is a mind forged by fire, yet no longer burned by it. Keep going. This calm is sacred too, you see. Trials is transformation. There was a time when hardship broke you. Now, it refines you. Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." What once threatened to destroy you now chisels your spirit. You no longer ask, "Why? Is this happening to me?" Instead, you ask, "What is this making of me?" Pain is no longer your enemy. It is your instructor. Every setback has become a test of your will, a silent forge, sculpting the man you are becoming. This change in perspective is not common. Most flee from suffering. But if you have begun to welcome it as a teacher, know this: you are walking the rare path of resilience. Keep going. You are not crumbling. You are crystallizing. 3. Your desires begin to quiet in the early stages of the journey. You're driven by hunger, approval, status, possessions. But when you begin to see clearly, those cravings fade. The noise of validation, the thirst for being seen, starts to lose its grip. In its place arises something quieter, but far more powerful: inner peace. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The man who does not need praise to act with virtue is free. He is no longer a puppet of the crowd, but a sovereign of his own values. If you've started to seek less from the world, more from yourself, keep going. That is not apathy. That is freedom. For you become rooted, not reactive. Imagine a tree standing tall in a storm. Its branches whip and sway, but its roots remain unmoved. That's what you're becoming. The man who does not flinch at insult or inflate from praise. He is not cold. He is grounded. Grounded in reason, grounded in discipline, grounded in values that cannot be bought or swayed. You no longer rise and fall with every wave. You've found anchor within. Keep going. You are becoming unshakable. 5. Stillness becomes a weapon. Stillness is not an action. It is precision. In a distracted world, the ability to pause, reflect, and choose with intention is rare. When you sit with discomfort instead of escaping it, when you delay reaction and allow wisdom to guide your response, you are practicing the highest form of discipline. This is not a weakness. It is warriorship. Keep going. Your restraint is not repression. It's readiness. 6. You begin to embrace solitude. Loneliness is the absence of others. Solitude is the presence of self. Seneca said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve." But before we can offer that, we must become it. And to become it, we must learn to be alone. The man who fears solitude cannot yet know himself. But the man who finds clarity in quiet, who hears his own thoughts without fear, he is dangerous in the best way, because he cannot be manipulated by noise. If solitude has become your sanctuary, rather than your sentence keep going, you are learning to command your mind. 7. Obstacles no longer. Defeat Youth Stoics taught us something radical. The obstacle is not in the way. The obstacle is the way. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action." What stands in the way becomes the way. When setbacks occur and your first instinct is not to run, not to complain, but to engage with them, to face them, you have shifted into a higher mode of being. Life stops happening to you and starts happening through. You keep going. Your adversity is your advantage. 8. You feel peace in the midst of chaos. This is not apathy, it is awareness, Seneca wrote. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. When the future loses its power to terrify you, when the past can no longer define, you begin to live. Truly live. You are no longer swayed by gossip, provoked by fools, or triggered by trivialities. Your peace is not circumstantial. It is principled. Keep going. You are no longer chasing peace. You are peace 9. You no longer need the world's permission. A man aligned with truth no longer asks, "Am I good enough?" He simply is. The world teaches us to look outward for answers, for validation, for love, for success. But the path of the Stoic turns inward. When your actions align with your principles, and your principles are forged in timeless wisdom, you no longer wait for permission. You give it to yourself. That is rare. That is powerful. That is the right path. Keep going. 10. You realize the path is the destination at some point. You stop waiting for the summit. You understand that each step, each challenge, each act of courage is the reward. You begin to live not for the applause at the end, but for the integrity of the journey itself. There is no final moment of perfection. There is only the daily ritual of choosing virtue over vice, strength over surrender, stillness over noise. This shift is subtle, but it is everything. Keep going. The path is the prize. Final thoughts: if you recognized even a few of these signs within yourself, understand this: you are not alone. You are not broken. You are becoming. This journey is not for the faint of heart. It's for those who would rather master themselves than be mastered by the world. For those who understand that pain is not the enemy, but the price of growth. For those who walk not with arrogance, but with quiet conviction. If this message resonates with your soul, don't let it fade. Subscribe. Join the brotherhood. Walk with us. We're not here to impress the world. We're here to master ourselves. Stoic Psyche Wisdom.